Hi, hey, hello, Heather from Unapologetically, Heather. So I have to come on and apologize to the community and tell a very ironic story. So the very first episode of the Unapologetically Heather Raw and Rising podcast was set to go live on January the 18th at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I came on and I made this huge announcement. I'm super stoked. And then we recorded the episode, and unfortunately, everything went to crap. And so after we recorded the episode, it turned out that the software that I was using, the file somehow got corrupted. And so the whole entire transcript was gone. There was you couldn't put captions. You couldn't do anything with it. So it was literally a useless video, or a useless podcast in my case. And so over the last week, thankfully, with an incredible community of other people who believe in the vision and believe in the mission and the goal of this podcast, we were able to collectively put our heads together to figure out what actually happened. And so I want to share with you that I don't think that it's ironic that this podcast was supposed to air on January the 18th, and the episode just dropped yesterday on January the 23rd. The focus this month is from setback to comeback. I don't think it's ironic that the very first podcast episode presented what almost ended up being a large setback, but has actually ended up being a huge comeback for us. So I've learned a lot in the process, but I also have learned a lot about my skills, and I have learned a lot about the inner circle that I have worked so hard to create over the last 6 to 8 months. So thank you guys so much. I want to give a huge shout out to Ashleisha with Intech Digital Solutions. She is my podcast girly. She is my social media content girly. She is my digital everything girly. If you're looking for somebody to help you with your digital marketing, like, she's for sure the one you should connect with. But I want to send a huge thank you to her for staying up most nights, way past the time that we should be working, trying to figure out how to make this thing work and how to get this episode out. I also want to send a huge shout out to my mentor, Nick Hunt. Thank you so much for being around for me to, kind of word vomit to you and try to figure out what is going on, and why this thing was what felt like such a huge fail, turned out to be a huge blessing in disguise. So thank you guys so much. I'm happy to announce that the very first episode of Unapologetically Heather, Raw and Rising, it is live. Go check it out. It's an interview with Ashley, being a immigrant and also having to grow up way earlier than what she expected to, and now being a mom-trepreneur. No, that's not a real word, but she made that up, and that's okay. We're gonna go with it. So becoming a mom-trepreneur and having to establish her own business when she doesn't come from a background of business owners, so she wasn't really sure what she was doing. Anyways, jump on the podcast. You can find it on YouTube at Raw and Rising. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and on Facebook, because there are more amazing things coming. So until I catch you on the next one, keep it real, stay rising, and live your life unapologetically.